Hello guys, welcome to my Geeta Talks channel. Let us discuss today with the third thought of the Geeta from the second chapter, that is suffer sorrows as well as enjoy happiness. Lord Krishna told Arjun that the physical sufferings such as disease, illness and death are unavoidable in a person's life. Happiness as well as such inevitable sufferings and sorrows should also be accepted by a person. A human being is born with both happiness and sorrow. There are things in this life that give pleasure to the senses and the body, and there are also things that give pain. Cold, hot, sweet, bitter, health, illness are opposite pairs or conflicts in life. One must try to avoid suffering, but if it becomes unavoidable, it should be tolerated boldly. The death of a loved one cannot be escaped in life. The only satisfaction is that death is a changing state of the body which is mortal. The soul, which is the master of the body, is immortal. So the question arises is, how should be our behavior in happy and sorrowful situations? The coldness, hotness, happiness and sadness are related to our senses that give pleasure and pain to us. The problems or the people are temporary, which arrive as well as pass away. All the problems are short lived and should be tolerated. There is no one in this world without worries or doubts. The wise thinker is aware of and does not get confused by the stages of human body like childhood, youth and old age. The wise man considers happiness and sorrow as equal. The death of human body does not make him sad, and therefore he is able to achieve excellence because he knows that the immortal soul is different from the mortal body. If a person dies, his body perishes and he gets another body. Though it is subtle, it is a fact. Death is indeed certain to the one who takes birth, and birth is certain to the one who dies. So we should not be sad over such an unavoidable incident. This soul in everyone's body is everlasting. Therefore, it is not proper for us to feel extreme sorrow for anyone. Physical and mental joys and sorrows are present in everyone's life, and no one is free from them. One should try his best to avoid suffering, but still the sufferings that remain should be accepted with courage. Illness, old age, and death are inescapable in the lives of everyone. The crucial situations are unavoidable in life. One should not hesitate to face crucial situations in the life. A wise man is not tired of sorrows, he faces them calmly. One can learn from the example of the tortoise, which withdraws its organs completely in its shell when it sees the danger. The wise man, like the tortoise, should control his happiness and sorrow and should not get distracted by extreme emotions. Friends, there is one beautiful story which gives us the teaching that we should try to find ways and means to overcome our badness. Once the gods, demons, and humans went to Prajapati, or the supreme god, to seek his advice. Prajapati gave everyone a single letter D and advised them to do self analysis. The gods said, "We are the gods addicted to desires and pleasures." Prajapati told us to defeat the desires with the letter D. The demons said, "We are angry demons, unaware of devotion." Prajapati taught us to have devotion with the letter D. Human beings said, "We humans are greedy and crazy to store wealth." Prajapati taught us to donate the wealth with the letter D. Prajapati accepted the meanings of gods, demons, and humans as correct. So it is our duty to mend our ways, to mend our behavior in order to become a supreme human being. This reminds me of the Stoicism, an ancient Greek philosophy in which it is said that a person should suffer pain or hardship bravely and with dignity, without complaining and the display of feelings. Friends, the story of Sia will help us to understand to suffer sorrows and happiness in our life with self respect. As Sia faced the problem of dilemma whether to pursue business or do a job, she had to experience a serious situation in her family. Her beloved uncle passed away after a prolonged illness. She suffered a shock and she gave up eating food. She locked herself in her room, wept bitterly, and grieved over his death. She was not ready to overcome her grief. Her grandfather, along with other family members, tolerated the grief of the death of his son, but she was not ready to come out of her shell and move on. Her grandfather, who treated her as an apple of his eye, was concerned about her well being and decided to converse with her. He was a living example of steady intellect person. He knocked the door of Sia's room. After 2 to 3 knocks, she opened the door, hugged her grandfather, and started sobbing bitterly. Grandfather patted her back, made her sit on the chair, and handed her a glass of water. He said, "Listen, Sia, my child, I want to talk to you. I can understand it is very difficult for you to overcome this grief, as you were most beloved niece of your uncle. Do you see, initially even I was facing the problem to overcome this grief, but now I have decided to move ahead, as the death of a person giving sadness is the temporary phase which arrives and passes away. There is no one in this world that does not face death. The body of the person goes through various phases like childhood, youth, and old age, and then perishes, but the soul is alive. So, be a sensible girl and accept bravely this temporary phase of sadness. Be practical, and only then you will be able to achieve excellence in your life. Try to make your mind calm by deep breathing and increase your physical and mental strength to face this sorrow boldly and with composure." So, through this story, this message is given by Geeta. Friends, I hope you have liked these stories and the third thought of the Gita. Let us discuss the fourth thought with the story in the next episode. Stay tuned and please listen, like, share, comment, and subscribe to the stories. Thank you and goodbye.